Hi dear friends and subscribers, welcome to the Cricket Happening Show. It's a Sunday edition of the Cricket Happening Show, so welcome to everybody. Well, as far as today's Cricket Happening Show is concerned, what we are going to look at is we are going to look at yesterday's match, which I couldn't cover unfortunately, so I'll talk briefly on that match, not a report, it's just a brief summary on the fourth one-day international between England and Australia, where England, well, the match went all the way and Australia stretched England to quite some extent, and then the young brigade of Joss Buttler and Ben Stokes taking them to victory. It was a very well-earned victory by England, and that also actually squared the series for them 1-1 with one match still to come, and England won the match by 3 wickets with 3 balls remaining. And then we will have a look at the first match which was played. As you know, India A has been doing a great work, and it has been further strengthened today by Yuvraj Singh, the captain of the India A team, today slamming 123 of 89 balls with 8 fours and 7 sixes in the first match, where India A started off, they batted first and made 312 for 4, and West Indies A could manage only 235, thus India A winning the match by 77 runs. So first let's talk about the game between the fourth one-day international, as I said, and yesterday I had already talked to you about Australia. They made 227, Bailey being the highest scorer, and then we also talked about the Clint McKay hat-trick. But after that, as I left you, it was Michael Carberry and Joe Root, and sorry, not Joe Root, Ian Morgan, and I very clearly stated that Michael Carberry is getting an opportunity, and well, he took this opportunity with both hands, along with his captain Ian Morgan actually guiding him by putting up a very useful stand of 104 run stand for the fourth wicket, with Michael Carberry getting his maiden 50, and we definitely saw his square cuts in action there, because he was pretty fierce on the square cut, and as you know, he is pretty square on the wicket. He plays pretty well square of the wicket, and we all saw what Michael Carberry was capable of, and he definitely got a very good partnership going, which really paved the way, in the sense really set up the scene for England actually recovering and then trying to press for victory, because Michael Carberry's contribution was a maiden 50 of made 63 runs of 95 deliveries, 7 fours, and Ian Morgan contributing 53 of 92 balls with 7 fours. And then there was a brief stutter as they lost Michael Carberry from 112 for 4, they succumbed to 126 for 5 with Carberry going, and 144 for 6 when Bopara went, and suddenly it was a seesaw. It was like a seesaw, because first Australia gained control. After that, again the control went on to England, and then again Australia coming under control by picking up 3 wickets, and that reduced them to 144 for 6, and now it looked like it is going to be difficult, and the young brigade of Joss Buttler and Ben Stokes was at the wicket, and what they did is that they really took this. They played with a very cool head, a very mature approach by the young brigade, especially Joss Buttler also hitting strokes as and when the opportunity presented itself, making an unbeaten 65, 48 deliveries, 5 fours and 2 sixes, and Ben Stokes making a quiet 25, 29 balls with 3 fours, and in the end, with Ben Stokes' wicket going to McKay for 25, England actually going home, and the way in which Joss Buttler got the victory, that was something, where Mitchell Johnson's first delivery was slammed for a big 6, and then he finished it off in the third delivery with a boundary, and that enabled Buttler to be unbeaten on 65 or 48 balls with 5 fours and 2 sixes. Treadwell was not out on 231 for 7. England actually winning the match by 3 wickets, and thus right now there is only one match to go, so it's nicely set up for the 5th and final one-day international, with the 4th final one-day international squaring the series 1-1. McKay 10 overs 3 minutes 39 runs on 4 wickets. He did the early damage, but then Australia couldn't capitalize. 9.3 overs, no maiden none for 64 for Johnson, pretty costly there. Faulkner 1 for 43, Shane Watson 10 overs, no maiden 143, and Kilter 9 on his debut, 10 overs, no maiden 1 for 34, bowled economically. And as far as the other match was concerned, that was between West Indies A today, as I said, and India A playing a match at the Chinnaswamy Stadium in Bangalore. This was the first match today, and India A winning the match with 77 runs. India A were the ones who actually batted first, making 312 for 4, with the captain of the India A team, Yuvraj Singh, slamming an unbeaten 123 of 89 deliveries with 8 fours and 7 sixes. He was pretty severe on I thought it was Nikita Miller who was sent soaring into the skies in a particular over where 29 runs were ransacked. And also India struggled at the earlier part when Robin Uthappa was out. At first it was Unmukt Chand who was out for one of the bowling of Cummins. After that it was Robin Uthappa, after making 23 of 37 balls with 2 fours, was a victim of Russell. And then it was a good stand between Mandeep Singh and Yuvraj Singh. But Mandeep Singh contributed the neat 67 of 78 balls with 7 fours and 1 6. But the stand which really took India to this great score of 312 for 4, the winning score I would say, was thanks to Yuvraj Singh slamming 123 of 89 balls, 8 fours and 7 sixes. And in the last 10 overs they put on 125 for the fourth wicket, with Yousuf Pathan unbeaten at the end of 70 of 32 balls with 4 fours and 6 sixes. Noja was not out on 10, but as I said, the 125 run stand really paved the way for India A, making 312 for 4 of 42 overs. Cummins went for some tap, 1 for 50 for him, beaten none for 72, was very costly. Andre Russell 4 overs no maiden 1 for 17. Nikita Miller 9 overs no maiden 1 for 62, was taken to the cleaners by Yuvraj Singh. And Nurse was really given cavalier treatment by Yousuf Pathan, 6 overs going for 58 runs. Dinarayan none for 20, and Bonner 2 overs no maiden 1 for 30. Yuvraj made a statement at the start of the match saying that he would like to start off in winning style, and well, he did start off in winning style. As far as West Indies A were concerned, well, they finished out of 235 all out. The bowlers are doing a splendid job. Controlled bowling from the Indian bowlers. Unadkat 6 overs no maiden 141. Narwal getting the seam up straight and bowling superbly, 6.1 overs no maiden 228. Vinay Kumar 7 overs 242. Rahul Sharma 9 overs no maiden 257. Yousuf Pathan 7 overs no maiden 247. Yuvraj Singh 4 overs none for 17. And India A lead the 3-match series 1-0. As far as West Indies A were concerned, they had the highest scorer was Narsingh Dinarayan with 57 of 63 balls with 6 fours and 1 6. Other than that, nothing to really talk about. 29 coming from the bat of Andre Fletcher, but 57 towards the end by Stimmer Nurse, 57 of 50 balls, 6 fours and 2 sixes. But well, that was not really enough, with Bonner making 16 of 15 balls with 4 fours. Kiran Paul 17, the captain, of 16 balls with 3 fours. 19 from Kirk Edwards of 23 balls with 3 fours. And 10 coming in from Darren Thomas. Well, the bowling figures was very good. As I said, India is starting off in winning fashion against the West Indies A by winning the match by 77 runs. Well, tomorrow on Tuesday, we all know the Champions League T20 is about to start. First match is between Kandurata Maroons led by Kumar Sangakkara, and it's going to be Sunrisers are going to be Hyderabad are going to be facing against them, and Shikhar Dhawan has been named the captain of the Sunrisers T20 team. So the Champions League T20 tournament is going to be starting off from Tuesday. Well, dear fans and subscribers, nothing else. I mean, I know that this is not a full YouTube broadcast today, but I've done my best to just give you some cricket, anything on cricket, whatever I could cover on cricket. Well, we are almost coming to. Thanks for your company with Cricket Happenings. Your host Ram signing off. Thank you.